All right. So I am back for a another live stream of me screwing up a bunch of code. No, not really. This time I'm going to be uh, moving some code that I had written previously, not just in the last couple of videos, but prior to that into a common block of code that I can utilize by or use with all of the other um, scene states that have any type of user interface requirement, any type of like button clicks and certain input events, and this will give us a foundation, something that we can certainly expand on and all that. So if you are watching this and you are a fan, first of all, I got to get this kind of posted over to Facebook. So in case anybody over there actually wants to watch this. Um, but anyway, so I'm going to be making some of those changes. And unlike the last couple of videos, I actually did put a little bit of thought into what I want to do um, with this on this time around, because there's working within scene state, kind of isolated. No matter what I do, I'm only affecting the stuff in scene state. So it's pretty safe. I can kind of goof around and try things out and see how well things are going to work, but this time we're going to be taking some of that code. So I want to make sure that and it's going to be used by other parts of the game, all of the, particularly the armory and the navigation and all of that stuff. And there may be a couple of additional scenes that um, uh, are going to be added into that to do, just add a little bit more interaction there and a couple of other features that I've been toying around with it. Before this, I thought might be a little too involved to do, but now I think they might be a little bit easier once some of this stuff in. Let me get this posted to Facebook because this is fun. This is going to be a fun one because I'm probably going to screw a couple things up. I'm sure. I don't know. We'll see. So let me get over here to my Visual Studio Code. Actually, I should probably check the streaming. I think the problems. Yeah, I've problems with my. I've been having with my internet seem to have been taken up. Although it is giving me a warning that the bitrate I'm using is probably a little too low for what they're expecting. But oh my God, I've got my sound going, so or my playlist going. So I don't know how the hell the Macarena got on there, but I'm gonna have to fix that a little bit later. So anyway, so what I'm going to be doing is some of this code in here, and I've actually already gone in and created a UI scene state, setup file so that we got something to start. I don't, think people want to watch me going into, um, you know, just adding files into stuff, you know, all throughout the thing. But I don't think I'm going to need any other files here because most of the stuff is going to be going in one of these two. And some of the stuff that's actually in scene state is going to come along with this at some point. I don't know if I'm going to do it in this video or maybe the next one because this is going to kind of be a two-parter because this might there's some uh, stuff shared between scene state and start game right now that really belong in the UI state. So we'll see how that comes together. So I'm gonna where is start game? Okay, this is going to be the big thing. So a couple of things that we're going to be doing is I've already defined my scene state data structure because we will be adding more data to the states that use this because there's going to be some things that that UI scene state is going to need access to. So some of this data here, this data structure here, this click event dispatch info will actually become part of that UI state. So it's going to need access to like the on control click event and the on dispatch table, and we'll want to do default stuff of this. So some of the stuff here in the init scene is going to be going over there. Things like the UI image layer and the top UI image layer, which I've since renamed these. They were goofy before. So those are going to be kind of a standard part of that. And of course you can skip doing that some of stuff. Add buttons. Some of the stuff is kind of specific to scene state, but we'll see how that goes a little bit later. The text input cursor stuff is specific to the scene state, at least for now. Some of this add button stuff I want to move over into that as well. That's something that they'll all want to do, and will allow us to do it during the initialization of the on entry function of the scene state. But I want to get these over. But some of this is actually specific to what this is. So some of these data members may just need access to it, and that should be fine. Draw scene extra. Some of that stuff will go in later on, like the drawing of the header and any actual intro text or stuff like that. So we've got some formatting stuff to do with that. But add name to stream, that's specific to start game. These right here are going to be we'll move those over and make those kind of default implementations to run. The on event is definitely going to we'll definitely want to move that over. This on update, which actually handles all the dispatching of the both keyboard and joystick events, we'll move that over and then we'll clean it up and integrate that with some other code. Keyboard event is actually kind of specific, although I do think that some of the stuff we can do a keyboard mapping where it's either a character or a range of characters, and that should be pretty easy to do. So the on control click event, that's going to be kind of specific to this, but some of this may move um, into the UI scene state. We'll see. And see on start game. No, that's going to be that'll be specific to this, and then of course the on exit scene. We may move this over because I think there's only a couple of scenes that really need something other than going to the main state when they exit. So we'll see how we handle that maybe on the second round. So let's get started and start moving some of this stuff over. This should be fun. So we just get this, and voila, that's all you need to do. So actually, let's move this up here. I love modern IDEs. They are much easier to do. It's a bit of a different workflow than it was 35 years ago, certainly. But uh, it's I certainly would have done a lot of things differently. That's for damn sure. There's a lot more thought that you have to go into, especially because I mean, if you look at I mean the total time it takes to actually build this project with texture optimizations where it compiles it into code and stuff like that. Um, Actually takes several minutes to do. Now some of this I actually have control over. I need to update so that it works on multiple cores, but still that's a similar build time that you'd have with even a medium-sized application back in the day. So but luckily I don't have to rebuild everything. I would have done that shit back in the day either, because rebuilding it back then every single time, I mean, you broke it up into chunks, exported the symbol table, picked the particular addresses, and broke that up into multiple binaries if you could. So we're going to want the control dispatch table. So we're going to go in here. I'm going to start adding our members here. So we want our control click event. Actually, before I get into that, there's actually one thing I really want to do, because we really need to bind this start game so that it, if anything, for consistency's sake, so that instead of accessing like scene state on enter when it defines it, it uses UI scene state. Um, just to kind of show its association and where it's going to. Now, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to rename this, but for all of these things here, like init memory pool, block pool, stuff like this, that actually doesn't uh, isn't going to exist yet. I mean, I don't know how much of this is actually going to be a part of that. We'll add in something that forwards it on to that here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, because that's just a pain in the ass. Okay, UI. Cursor actor. Yeah. Yeah, this is the boring stuff, right? Okay, so yeah, I think okay, yeah, that is all. I thought there would be more, but oops, too far. Okay, so I just wanted to go through. Usually I just go find and replace all, but sometimes I want to step through each one just to make sure I really want to do that yet. So now, what if I were to build this right now? These don't exist, so it would give me a ton of errors. So we are going to get rid of scene driver, go over to UI state asm, and now this actually becomes a little easier. I'm gonna make sure we get all of these referenced, and of course, if we do it more than once, we will get a redefined error, and if we do it not at all, we will get not found error. at least on the second pass. Depends on your assembler. So okay, we'll do that one for right now. And oops. And yep, we just forward these on. And if we do happen to need to replace them later, it's far easier than having to do it. So this is just keeps us from getting sidetracked later on. And at least in this case, it's something that you know is going to happen. Or do you? Uh-oh. I'm sexy and I know it is now on my playlist. I don't know what playlist am I using here. I don't know. Oh, that one. Okay, luckily this stuff kind of goes away when we go back to more 80s kind of stuff because that's more what I'm in the mood for tonight. So let's get back over here and let's see what else we got. Okay, we've got a knit scene, construct layers. Those are definitely know that we're gonna add that. Add cursor. You know what? Actually, that is one that is going to be coming over from scene state. So yeah, we'll want to kind of nip that in the bud now. Okay, on update. Yeah, I know this has got to be some of the most boring shit to watch. It really is. I mean, this you got to have some patience with this at times. I mean, it gets, especially when you get into a large larger projects. I mean, you're always, and even a medium-sized project, you're going to find code that you just, okay, this is all data. This is shit I don't care about over here. All right, so I mean, you're often going to find that you go back and have to rework something at this kind of level, and you got to be really dedicated again. That's why when you look games like uh, Contras, you know that's a fairly large project. I mean, they actually I don't know I actually don't know what they did to do it. I don't know if they used maybe a strategy guide or if they you know just took videos and a magnifying glass of a screen. But the graphics are from the NES version, and the it's really spot on. I think I only found a couple. Oops. Oh, okay. We want to do this. Oops. Let's find out where this puppy is. Because I've only found a couple that were like oh, that's going to be coming from scene state. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do data. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Okay, perfect. All right, so in here, so yeah, later on I'll be going through, and well, actually, here in a few minutes I'll be going through and doing some of this stuff. But we're going to get some of that data set up just so that we know that that's there, and we don't have to get that done because that's something that we're going to want to have access to. So we're going to want to go ahead and get that set up too. So, unfortunately, and this is one of the things I've been thinking about with my assembler because I want to be able to you know define a you know data structure or you know an instance of a data structure and be able to know that all of the members that I need to you know at least provide values to are being you know initialized and you know if the order changes that's a pain in the ass to have to deal with. Someone actually added a define block where you can actually specify what the value is for a specific structure member, but then you've got structures and structures and structures. So how to actually handle that within the assembler is um, a little difficult to come up with a really good scheme for that. Okay, so that's all done. I'm going to go ahead and commit this. What do I want to call this commit? UI scene state. How exciting is that? And we are back. Okay, so let's start up with here. Okay, so we need access to this. Actually, let's do something here. Let's add these in here. Okay, we don't. Wow, that's a long one. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's go with that for now. I'm really not even wanting to think about it because this is and the on event dispatch table. We'll want that because we won't want to have access to that so we can run the code from the UI scene state and have it customizable without having to write any more code. I mean, we can get it to be data driven and we can manage that data. Then we are golden, right? Right. That's how it's supposed to go. And we're gonna go back up over here and take this long ass name. Wow, it just goes right past the comments too. Damn, that's ridiculous. I can't believe that that seriously, I got to go to those links these days because I just don't want to think about it. And that should be like that. Okay, there's going to be somebody else using that. Okay. And those closer together because they're buddies. And really, the rest of this just does not interest me at this moment. All this, though, the input cursor here will certainly go over. So should keep that in mind. I might make a little note of that. End note, just because I don't want to get confused later on. Da, 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 Okay, so we've got control click event. Ooh. Actually, do we really want that? I don't think I. No, we can provide the default implementation for it. That was one of the ones that I was going to do later on control click event. Okay, well, we already got the cursor actor there. We've got object. Yeah, actually, we can move that there now. Cool. But we will have to change the way that this is because I do not like the idea of having this particular piece of data needed. I'm not adverse to adding data members to the scene states. That's just doesn't really seem necessary. So we'll see about baking that into the actual dispatch table itself. Maybe the first member will be the number of entries or something, and maybe save a couple of bytes here and there or something. Always important to optimize for size sometimes, and or at least be mindful of it. And that's not necessarily optimize it. I mean, if you do, certainly yes, but at least be mindful. At the very least, I mean, it's good. It's the right thing to do. Let's see, how is my internet holding up? Well, it's not ghetto anymore. That's awesome. Uh, Gotta love that. All right, so I think that so right now, I think what we'll do is for the on-control click event, we can do it, but we're going to wait until later. So let's actually remove that just for the event dispatch table. That way, we'll take at least a little baby step going into it, and that'll kind of help us. That'll give us confidence, you know. So since we're doing this, let's do the code that uses it on event. Okay, that seems like an easy one. Don't even really think I would need to test that. Actually, I don't think we have bindings in there for that. Maybe we should probably, yeah, we don't. That's a good idea. Oh, decisions. Well, on update's moving anyway, so that really kind of, Ooh, that should actually be, that's wrong. That should be an indirect call. Ooh, that's a bad one. I saw that. Boy, that would have just blown my flexibility all out the water. Okay, so I'll have to deal with that. Boy, this problem's already just racking up, man. This is I'm not like what 20 minutes into it, man. I already got a serious ass problem. This doesn't seem like it. So, all right, let's get back to work. All right, so let's go grab that code here. We're just gonna move that over. We'll organize this later. Maybe I'll do that offline because that's gonna be definitely boring as hell. Okay, so we need the event dispatch table, so we're gonna have to change that to did I name that on event dispatch table? No, on event dispatch table. Okay. Actually, you know what? Do. Let's perpetrate the bug. Perfect. Nope, don't want to change that. Don't want to change that. All right. Oh, what is that? Cult? That cult of personality. Wow, I haven't heard that one in a while. Since like early this morning. Yeah, Living Color. Great, great group. Good music. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's just give this a whirl. All right, we got our new thing. Let's click that exit button. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Uh, do I have that right up in here? Yep, yes I do. All right. Okay, save game, visit army. Okay, we are good to go. Go ahead and commit this. Oops, wrong button. Ah, that was slow. Painful. All right, UI. Yep, that. And we are good to go. Well, that was easy. All right. Oh, right. Let's go back up here. Okay, so we want some of the control mechanisms to move over there too. So we'll get this. Let's take another look at this. See what we got here. Um, hmm. I guess we could move some of this stuff over there too. We don't want that. Okay, that's gonna move over too. Oh yes. No, this one isn't moving over, but this one certainly. I'm gonna move this one up here, I guess. We got UI scene state. Oh, let's do a search for this. Okay, know what's doing the block pool. We know what's doing the fetch. And I guess if we ever had to, we could customize or make these all this stuff customizable too. That would be easy. Don't need it though. Oh, let's go over here and change this. Nope, wrong one. Add button. Add button. There we go. Yeah, so add buttons. I'll have to. I think I'll have to create some type of a table. Kind of move that over there. So that I'll wait until. Oh, I'll save that one for next time. So okay, that's a no-brainer. Make sure it builds. Okay, and it's seen. How much of this needs to go over? Well, let's do this. This is where we can really blow stuff up right from the beginning. This is a neat scene function, boy. This this ought to be fun. I'll just drop this up here. Oh, my apologies. All right. Leave this and this. Text sensitivity buffer we don't need here. We definitely want to initialize that. And we'll maybe save that for later. Okay, that looks okay. Now what do we want to get rid of over here? Actually, first, let's do this. And this I probably don't need to save anymore. All right, that's done. I want to keep my text buffer. Don't need this. Don't think the initialization order here is a problem. All right. And we don't need to do that. We'll just do that for right now. And I'll okay, that seems pretty good. And that's actually the one I need to preserve here is Y and U. No, I'm not going to do that yet. I get myself in trouble. What? Oh yeah, that's a really good error message. I am going to have to fix that error message. All right, well, let's see what we screwed up here. Oh, awesome. Duh. There goes one. Well, that'll help adjust the workflow. I'll be looking for that one next time. It's exactly why I put those things there. You know, if it's gonna let me know if I forget it. All right, okay. Let's actually see if this runs because this will be nice. It'd be probably a screen full of ass if it doesn't. Oh. Oh. Of course. Oh, wait a minute. What is this shit relying on? It shouldn't be relying on anything. All right. Oh man, this is gonna be another one of those stuffers. Oh, that's all right. let's take a quick look at the differences. Actually, I can do that in here. Yeah, that's one of the great things about using Git. Oh, that all looks okay. That's got to be, no, that all looks fine, so the problem's got to be somewhere else. But where? Wait, man, that's gonna screw something else up if it doesn't. If I, oh, I can actually get rid of add buttons. Oh, get rid of that. Oh well, bummer, man. Let's see, not adding the buttons is not going to be a problem. But let's, oh, let's see if it works. Didn't think it would. Oh well. Hmm. Well, let's do this. I'm going to do some magic. And ta-da! Since I can't really eliminate too much of the things without breaking something else, I mean, if I take out like the text cursor stuff, other things that are expecting it are going to be relying on the data that's initialized. So I'm just going to move this over a little piecemeal right now. See if I can't track down where the breakage is at. Unfortunately, see this back in the day is why we would have broken stuff up because if you needed to kind of hunt something down, if you didn't, there were a lot of assemblers out there that didn't have debuggers with them. So you either had to use load in another file and hope that you were, going to work well with that. And on the Cocoa 3, that could be difficult because you have MMU blocks. So, working through some of that, some debuggers could, kind of get confused at times. Um, but so we'd break stuff up, and if something didn't work, like when if we'd load in all the graphics, all the previous stuff, and stuff didn't work. Usually, you could just click reset on the machine and then load it up as long as those. Um, oh, I don't have a cursor here, so well, but everything is working, so we're at least good. Why do I not have a cursor? I should have a cursor over this. What the? That's why. Well, that's why, because okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it's not there because the this initialization here actually does have to happen first. So we'll just move that in there right now and kill this out. So anyway, we'd break it up so that if you hit reset, it was still there unless like the ROM or something trampled over that area. Remember, you were pretty good and you didn't have to load it in again, so that made things a lot easier. So your load time was reduced significantly, and if you split it up as best you could, then your build times were um, a lot shorter, which was a something that you wanted to have back in the day. Because I mean, you try something sizable, and it takes a while. And like I said, I think mentioned one of my previous videos as well is you usually dumped everything out of memory and then just assembled by file. Um, hmm, that's interesting. So it's one of those two. And I do not really just trying to avoid digging into that code because that's stuff that's one layer up and I shouldn't have to be changing it. Huh. Yeah, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to dig into code, man. I just don't want to do that because um, oh, wait a minute. Duh. I know why it's not working. Fucking infinite loop. No, that's not it. But I am calling this twice. Duh, my fault. Okay. I'm just gonna. I thought I had that before though. Oh, wait a minute. It is an initialization problem because I have to have the layers in there first. Actually, I'm hating idea ahead for this in the first place. So actually, I'm not gonna bother with that. And actually, you know what? I've got a better idea. That is. Oh, wait a minute. That has to all go in there. Actually, let's rearrange this first. Let's just rewrite it here. Yep, this is gonna be one of those I'm gonna have to dig into it. Should have done this first place. Oh, now it's Cermix a lot. Probably wasting more time anyway. Yep. I couldn't have screwed that up anymore. All right, let's just do this. Let's forget about this for a minute. We're going to get rid of some of these changes, and I'm going to rearrange that code a little bit. I have to dig into it, and find out what the hell is up. All right, so let's back those out, make sure it builds. So there is something goofing that stuff up, man. Because I know that the text input cursor has a dependency on some of this stuff, but that's um, and the well, not so much the add buttons, but the text cursor has a dependency on the text entry buffer stuff being initialized. Uses that for positioning and initialization and stuff like that. So that has to be in there first. But the construct layer kind of stuff is, I mean, that's all really being redirected to the. Oops. Okay, yeah, we're good. Just a sanity check. I've got the luxury of doing it, might as well. And let's do this. I'm not going to comment that yet. What has something to do with that cursor? Oops. Yeah, that's the only problem with that. Let's see. Okay, scene state. Aha! Looking for one of these. Why is it adding it to the player level? Oh, it also adds that player. Awesome. That should actually see. This is going to be one of the things that I move over later. Is the add cursor because this should actually be on the my UI top layer, but so I don't forget. Use my UI top layer. Oops. Down here too. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, that we'll move that into UI scene state at some point. So that's really good. So that does rely on a couple of other things being initialized, but we're expecting to do that last. So I think we're going to leave add cursor in here for right now and see what we can't get away with elsewise. All right, so actually I need to commit this stuff again. Now let's take a look at these. Oh, yeah, I should just get into the habit of dumping that out. All right. So actually over here in UI state, we're gonna okay. Probably had this go into UI scene state. I haven't had a chance to do it enough. Oops. No, oh, duh. Forgot two things that time. That's awesome. Good thing I'm totally still totally pre-lubed right now. You can't tell. Oh, my shit went out. Damn it. Ta-da. So much for infinite loops, man. That was it. So, okay, we've got all that stuff going on. So, let's see about add cursor. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move this shit in there first. Make sure all that's up and good because this stuff we won't do. And if that's great, add cursor should be just fine. Unless there's a problem with it being done before the text cursor, the buttons. I don't know. It's gonna have. I guess I could test that. Ugh, this repeated testing is really pissing me off. No, I'm not gonna do that. This is going to be an ever-changing one, and I have a feeling I'm going to use everything else, which have to unfortunately be preserved in this particular chain of functions. Okay, that's all it for now. Now we get to go into the fun stuff. All right, that was a dumbass mistake. That's a good way to waste some time. That's the dangers of copying and pasting. You really got to pay attention, but being lubed helps makes that a little much more of an adventure. All right, so we are good here, and well, let's go for the oh, excuse me, meat of it here. Okay, we got just get some low-hanging fruit out the way. here to our. We will be using these events later. That's for sure. That's a quick change. All right, we got an update. That's a meaty one. No, not really. I guess we'll be fixing these. Because, let's see. Oh, no. Yeah, we should probably fix that anyway. So we're not blasting away. Let's see. This goes to UI scene state. Won't make this mistake again. That's going to have to be an indirect call. We'll change that up here. And that's good. That's good. Another indirect call. And the scene state update cursor position. That's wonder if I should eventually make that a an indirect call as well. I don't see why I would need to though, so I guess I won't. All right, so this should be an easy one. I'm gonna go ahead and commit these changes so they don't get whacked later on. Close. Do 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 do. All right, this should be another easy one. And I don't think I really need to do anything here. Yep, that's nothing for that. Haha, not doing that shit again. All right. We've got our init scene and we've got our on update. So this is, oh, and we want to do, there we go. That. Oh, I should probably check. I don't remember finding. I've got a problem. Some of the code has not been updated to a more a newer naming convention. There's still some inconsistencies that you might notice throughout here if you actually look really close. But yeah, so there's just different representations based on how the name is formatted. So I need to take a look here at the state machine. Or no, the state. Oh shit. Oh no, I guess it will be in here too. Yep, on event. Okay, so that should actually be on event pointer or PTR. But I'm not changing it yet because that's actually I've got I actually have that scheduled. Actually, I can do this. There. What? Oh, right. Ooh, I missed one. How exciting that must be. All right, so we've got all of that stuff working, or it should be working. We're actually not going to go into an infinite loop this time. And we are updating our cursor position. So that's going to be, that's like one of the things I think I mentioned I'm going to move in. So that ought to be fun. All right, okay. Didn't crash, ha ha ha. Of course, that's actually kind of low hanging fruit. So Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to do the same thing with the keyboard, so that should work just fine. ASD. Oh, it's the pilot name. Maybe I should put some little lettering underneath of it that says pilot name, just so at least I don't confuse myself, right? Okay, so that's easy. Um, draw scene extra. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that one yet. On keyboard event, that's specific. Ooh, okay, this is the one I was thinking about deferring. I think I might do that. Do this one now because hmm. No, I've got out of stuff to really needs to migrate over. Then we start some big some fun development on it. So, all right, well, let's do that one next. Let's get this stuff stashed away. There we go. Yellow to normal color, whatever. What is that? Grayish off douche white, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, this has got to be the most boring thing ever to watch. All right, so let's well, first we need to take care of this. All right. Click control, event dispatch table. Yeah, actually, that needs to come after that. I was thinking maybe before, but hmm. I think we can shrink that down a little bit, something a little more manageable, because that shit's starting to get ridiculous. I'm just gonna make it nice and even here, because I like it that way. All right, so that's gonna come after. So we want to drop. Oh, right, this is the one where I gotta do the size first. Shit. Oh well, screw it. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do that. You know what? I actually before I do that, I think I'm gonna have me one of these most stuff Oreo cookies because this is some good shit right here, man. All right, these things are great, man. It's got like all kind. I mean, it's just packed with icing. So I can't get it out. Oh, oops. Oh, took the top off for me. Ah. Hmm. Well. Hmm. Either I'm adding at least a bite. Oh, damn. Well, let's do that first. Get that out of there. Okay. Two. All right. Oh, Hmm. I'll do that because I'm gonna use A. At least it gets rid of one god awful name. Long name. All right, decrement A, branch not equal. Da, 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 da. Oh, and if you're wondering, you can always go over here and do this and see what you did. Scoot down here these changes. Boy, that looks beautiful. Pretty effortless, really. So now we only need 3 bytes for that. Okay, that's cool. I can deal with that. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't like put the count in the state data, because this way, since it's baked into the table, itself, I can use the same table across different scene states if I want to. All right, so we'll get rid of that because that's ugly. And of course, we are preserving A here because that's pretty much all the registers. Don't see that we're even using A since it wasn't preserving it. So, oh, my music stopped. I don't know why. Click event. Click, 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 click. Okay, it works when I'm clicking on nothing. That's a good sign. And then exit. Make sure it finds it. Yep, works. Awesome. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add that or move it over to the UI state. And let's see over here. Okay, so I got rid of that change earlier, but however, Visual Studio Code's actually cool, so pretty cool. So now I can do an undo, and even though it reloaded the file change from disk when I wiped out those changes, I can do an undo before to the state before that. It just comes in real handy for if you ever get over something pretty quick and say, oh, hey, that's the code that I moved out. Of course, you didn't stash it, but yeah, that's the power I get. And don't get me wrong, there are other uh, there we go, um, source control programs that are just as great. So you know, take your pick. Right, we've got UI scene state that. So let's go back up here. Get rid of this. Add this up here. Yep, see, right after it. And ew, okay. So the problem with that is that I'm clobbering Y up here, and I need to get this from the instance data. So what to do? Boy, that sucks. But I don't really care about the optimization so much as I do having to pull something off of the stack, which could position could change if I modify this to push D. Then whatever I pull for Y is then going to be all kind of mushed up unless I go in and remember to change it. So that's let's see, we got what 3. At least it stands out. Now we want UI scene state and click event dispatch table. Why? I think that's, yep, that is what I named it. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Guess we'll test it now. Of course, it's going to work. Okay, better. No surprise there. Da, 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 da. Okay, there's the second one. Da, 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 da. Doesn't see if it's busted anything else. High scores. The chumps. Yeah, I got to get some get that updated for sure. And then the options to still be blank. Yep, awesome. Doesn't seem to have mudged anything up within the states. So we will take this and move it over now. So we're gonna do this. I'm a lazy typer. Yeah, I'm gonna want to change that. There we go, another one, yay. See, that's actually one that, because we're now handling the, things like the initialization of the UI image layer and the my top layer, we can, we've got, you know, more ownership of it. So, and this works fine. Now this right here, um, there's actually a couple, I actually did add another function into that after the last session so that I could find a button by ID. That's going to come in handy in like in handling certain uh, having control over the little more control over the specific buttons without actually having to use memory to save them. You can just call off onto the find button. So, but anyway, let's see. And everything builds just fine. So let's go ahead and commit that. I'm not even gonna bother testing it. That's, yeah. See, this is all doesn't really have a base to call into. So let's make sure that that's good. I'm using Git offline, so y'all can't actually see what I'm looking at. Just as much as I like the integrated Git, I reset my colors, and I can't find. I actually saved that kind of stuff out, and I can't seem to find the file that I had it in. So let's see, keyboard event. Yeah, this is something that I'm actually going to change later on. I'm gonna have and I'm actually thinking about integrating it into the control click event table, whereas you've got an ID and then the function. Might add a couple more pieces of data in there for key associations. And the reason why I say two pieces of data in there is I want to have support both a single key as well as a range of keys, like A to Z or whatever, and then have it bottom up. So it's a little bit easier to handle, these kind of things. And it doesn't matter if it isn't, like the most absolute optimized kind of thing in this case, because you're not going to have too many problems with this one unless you're trying to do some, super duper UI with a bunch of effects and all kinds of stuff. You're not gonna have much problem. But I'm gonna to slim some of this down, and then of course these will be rather than having uh, be accessible only via local labels, they'll have a global label that everybody can access. So some of that will actually become reusable. So on start game. Um, Nah, that's specific in the next. It seems all right. So I think we're done with kind of the first run of stuff here. Um, well, that's the text input cursor. I need to rename that. Yeah, I do a lot of fix me's like this so I don't get distracted. I've actually got a couple hundred right now, um, but that'll get trimmed down to about I don't know 50 or 60 here in a day or so. So I mean they're usually just minor shit that I just do not want to deal with at the time because it just gets in the way of other stuff. So we've got start button. Yeah, like this is one of those that I may replace with a find button by ID kind of thing. So we've got that control event. Um, hmm. I'm thinking that with this, there can certainly be, I don't know, I guess some of that could be moved over right now, particularly uh, the exit um, thing. I mean, that's going to be, pretty common among a lot of them for navigation. Although, I mean, like this, but the start and the next state, that's thing. So let's, oh, nope, don't want to do that. At least, no, that's a little involved. Maybe we'll tackle that a little bit later. Maybe we'll tackle some of that a little bit later because there needs to be and add an additional argument. There'll need to be a state ID. Otherwise, won't be all that usable unless they want to go back to specific menu, which in this case is the main menu. So we could tackle that first. Things keep on going out. I just ignore them. But yeah, I may do some of that. I don't know, next week or later on in the week. Name the character scene. So draw scene extra. Okay, I guess okay, that does the input box, but we want to do both the header text and the intro text. So I think that was one of the ones that yeah. Okay. And I think we'll do that. It seems like a medium medium happy meal maybe. All right. We've got draw scene extra. Da, 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 da. Let me make sure all the little minor. Let's see. Da, da, da. I'm just gonna append that to my last comment or commit, and let's see. Do this. My scene state. This doesn't actually call into scene state draw. Oh, that's right, because I don't think there is. Oh no, there should be. Oh, wait a minute, that's the wrong one. That's oh, we're in the yeah, scene state. There we go. Let's see, but it should probably have one. Oh well, that one I'll definitely remember. Right. All right. So let's see what we're gonna do here. All right, so we're going to need a couple pieces of data added. So let's go over here and add this. The dispatch table. Um, this is something I may actually move the into chaos itself as part of the core state machine. I mean, it's a real simple linear state machine. It's nothing fancy, nothing special. I mean, you could certainly expand it to be, but I mean, it suits its purpose pretty well. I mean, I don't think I really need more than what it provides. I don't think, I mean, you're hard pressed to find any, serious project that does. So let's do this. Let's see, header text and uh, page text. Let's try to put some effort into good names. And thankfully we are not blasting away Y here. So let's see. First we're going to get rid of this crap because we don't need it. Oh, I guess I should kind of do this because I'm going to need it. UI set header text, Y, and page text, Y. See how simple that is? Oh, and oh, I guess there isn't one. All right, let's go back over to here. We can get rid of this. Let's. Oops. Let's add these up here before we start cropping away at that. And header text, intro text, there we go. And we can get rid of this. And UI scene state. Oh, you know what? Okay, we got that. We got that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we are testing the draw extra scene. Okay, so we got our header up here. That's about all we can do. Say that's all we can say is it's up there. All right. And the text input box was there, so we didn't screw any of that shit up. So I think we're good to go on that one. That was easy. That was easy. So let's see what we can do next. Man, I keep getting drawn to that keyboard event. See, add buttons. Do I really want to do that? No, because I got to build a whole bunch of stuff around that for like the table and yeah, that's a little more involved than I want to get into today. Oh, who knows? See, add text input cursor specific to internet scene. So wow, that's it's already. I mean, it's pretty trimmed down, I guess. I'm having a hard time, so I guess. Man, that keyboard event, that's looking mighty tasty. It's a meaty puppy. It's a meaty puppy. So let's see what parts of that can we get out of there. You know what? I may just have to do that. I guess I could do this one right now. That's actually a pretty easy one. Oh, it just seems so cheap and easy to do. My goodness, turning into Dave. Punk ass. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, wait a minute. I need my music back on. I need, let's see, what is the next song? Power Station. Oh, it's Something Like It Hot. Something Like It Hot. That was what, 1980, what, 85? Oh, yep. Sorry, that one says it right there. Awesome. I was kind of starting to thinking maybe it was 86, but Genius prevails. All right, so let's see what we got up here. Yep, that'll fit right nicely at the end of that. So let's save this stuff off. We'll go do a little bit of cleanup here in a minute. And let's see what we've got here. Uh, Oops, that actually should be two characters. So we want, oh no, it is a single character. But I changed that. Oh, that's right. I haven't merged that in yet. That's something I'll have to keep in mind. And yes, I check these to-dos and fix me's on a very regular basis when I do this. So it's like tomorrow I'll spend a few minutes like right after breakfast or something before I go off to do my day-to-day stuff and check them out, see what's got. And if there's anything in there that kind of stands out, I just kind of note it. I don't do that like every day or anything, but if I'm going to be doing some development, like if I'm going to do some stuff on the weekend, um, then yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and let's see. Oops, I'm in UI state. I need to start game. And I'll have to do this before the transfer. Why? Oops. All right, so we get B before Y. We do our transfer to. Then we do our transfer, and then we go to our state machine. So now we need to drop this. Oh, let's go down here, back over to this. And UI state. I know we've got on event, on update, scene drop. Yep. So we'll drop this down over here by on event. And this is actually an event, so and we can go up here too. Oops, that's going to be the event. I use it in two places. Oh, I did. Oh, that's right. That'll be consumed by the event thing. So the like on enter would be just like an address in the table rather than function. Same with on break. On break would be like on exit, on exit scene. So yeah. Oops, let's start game. Change the right one. Not as easy as it as you might think to talk and write assembly at the same time. actually. Let's see, and what, all right, let's take a look at this. It's not like it's freaking rocket science, is it? Okay, new and exit. Wow, yay, it worked. All right, let's see. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna be jamming on this keyboard event. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup first, and that's gonna be a little boring. So I suggest like making a cup of coffee or baking a cake. Baking a cake. Send me a piece. Send me a piece, or maybe make some pudding. You know, it's a good time of the year for some pudding. Gotta have some of that pudding. All right, so load scene data, we're probably not gonna do much with that. Frame buffers, nope. This might actually be, I think that's gonna be specific to UI state. This is actually in scene state. I guess I could actually take a look at what's in scene state and see what has to be moved over. This is just, I mean, this is gonna be even simpler. Wow, scene state's freaking huge. Yeah, I gotta trim some of this shit down. Okay, that's all going to be changed on exit. That's going to be changed. See, construct layers is fine. I think I'll keep that in scene state. That's gonna um, that can certainly be used by the even the game. So yeah, I'll leave that in there. Let's see, that frame buffers is fine. Draw scene. Don't have any problem with that. Draw scene extra. Um, no, that needs to stay in there. Draw scene background. Add cursor. Here we go. And update cursor position. That seems pretty sweet. Yeah, on update, don't care. Copy. That needs to change anyway. That's actually some of that needs to get deleted. Got code in there I'm not even using. It's crap anyway. All right, let's see. So we're gonna do add cursor. Actually, let me save this stuff off first. Okay, that's the exit ID. Yep, and we're good to go. So let's uh-oh, we're back. How do we get, oh, it's different. It's Funky Cold Medina. And let's see, and so we're all right. So let's do this. Add cursor. Actually, update cursor position is dependent on that. So let's do that first. Oops. I think we're kind of done with start game for the moment, so we'll get rid of that. We're just going to drop this here at the end because I don't know where I want to put it yet. Ah, that's one of the ones we got tagged anyway. We're going to do the same thing with this. And there are no other references. And let's see, it's not going anywhere else, and it's using that. So we want, I'll just drop this up here. Wow, yeah, I got to go through and clean some of this shit up. All right, UI. Whoa, what is that missing? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, wow, that's a lot of damn errors. The hell did I do? Duh. It's sitting right there in front of me too. What the fuck? Uh, that's right. Well, adding an add cursor. So, oh, right. Did I really delete the wrong one again? Damn. All right, so that's scene state. No, it's UI scene state. Yep, I sure did. Boy, armory options, active game menu, and title can go away. Now, back in the day, this is definitely one of the instances where I would have tested it immediately because affecting so many files. Of course, back then, actually having to change a file, you really actually did have to pay attention a lot more back then. I mean, today we can be pretty lazy about some stuff. And okay, see, title's coming up good. Let's see, options. Okay, credits. Okay, the chumps. Okay, new game. All right, so I think we're good with that. And now add cursor can actually go and print easily. In fact, there shouldn't be any, I'll just have to change I'll have to do the global change again. So I'm just going to go ahead and stash this again. And now we can copy add cursor over to it. Okay, add cursor goes away. We're going to drop this right here. Yeah, see, that's yeah, see, all this stuff will go away for these other scenes. So easy to just delete stuff too. Options, game menu. All right, so scenes are. I think that's it. Let's take another look. Okay, it's still height, blah blah blah. Construct layers, don't need to do anything with that. Net memory with block pool will stay. Nothing else there. And net frame buffers. Okay, draw scene extras. Don't need anything there. And I think that's that's it for that. So I guess we'll be moving on to maybe the keyboard stuff. Let's just keep this going, man. Why not? See how much I can get done tonight. All right, scene state add cursor goes away. Oh, wait a minute, let me check that out. This is a little bit of a bigger change. I gotta yeah, but I'm gonna do some cleanup before that though. That's just kind of rearrange stuff and maybe add a couple of comments, kiss myself, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's good. That's good, and that's good, and we're good. Let's see. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go grab a tea really quick because I'm starting to get a little parched. Let's see. Where am I at with code? Okay. Okay, so scene state's kind of done, and UI scene state is there, and yeah, I'll comment this later. I mean, that's the thing about the and it's I'm used to commenting all of my assembly, at least from back in the day. I still have that kind of penchant to do that kind of thing, an urge to do it when a lot of the times it actually sometimes is can be counterproductive at times, but with the longer label names and being able to be a little more expressive, um, it's a little bit easier to actually read the code and decipher what's going on. Although, certainly some, if you're doing something a little more complex, and yeah, you want to put some comments in there, but not necessarily everywhere. I just a lot of times do it by habit. All right. Now, what do we got? Let's see, my tea. Actually, no, I can't even see what I'm doing because yeah, see my tea. Purely. Excuse me, pardon me. All right, let's see. Back to clean up. All right. So these are all items that we are not. I don't think we're gonna have. I don't know. I might initialize some things to default values, um, but I don't. Not yet, anyway. So let's do this. We're going to have a collection because the keyboard, let's see, there was that button. Where did it go? Huh. I guess those really are the only ones that I've got there. So yeah, I guess I want to put those somewhere. No, I'm going to drop those at the end because we're going to have a keyboard event handler in here that will eventually take place. So we're going to drop that and update. Let's see, on exit scene and on event. We're going to move those down to the end too. So all of our event handling is down here, kind of cascading. So we got on event, which dispatches to these, and then your on exit scene. So we'll drop this down here. And when I go through and update for what uh, registers I should and shouldn't be pushing and all of that. Because I do want to be mindful of the of stack space usage. I mean, you don't want to use too much, and on a game you want as much memory as possible, so you kind of try to keep your stack as small as possible too. And when those two overlap, you're boned. You are just boned. At some point, something is going to fail in your program, and a lot of times it's usually immediately. So it's not something you want to do too often at all. Um, so let's see, where are we here? All right, so let's get up here. Okay, we've got on update. Let's do the add the add button up here. That's kind of more of a utility function, so we're gonna add that more up here. We're gonna drop that. You know what? These need to be up higher. I'm just gonna drop these up here for now. At least group them up because these are. I may do some other stuff with some of this functionality at some point. Okay, we got our init scene, we've got our draw scene, and then there's on update. Okay, so now we're getting into events. Update cursor position. Let's move that up to here. Where the hell am I using this from? Oh, it's not. That's Let's see. Always using this. Oh, okay. That makes sense then. So we want that before timer. Just move this down here because it's smaller. And then on the exit scene, that's okay. That's pretty grouped up. So now go in and comment some of this stuff. So some of it will be obsessively commented, but mostly just for completeness. And that does not need to be a member of the scene, at least not at the moment, because I'm not doing like jumping between scenes and stuff. So this needs to be kind of shared. Um, and we're done. Let's see if we've got anything there. Let's take a look at start game. Is there anything in there that, let's see, add input cursor, add buttons, draw scene extra. I'll just move that up there. Turn that scene. Yeah, this needs to be done off of a table at some point too. Let's see, I need the just the address of the profile, I guess. Of course, when I do that, that's where I'll start using like find button by ID. Um, I don't think I want to change that yet, so we'll leave that there. And actually, let's just move that above this, just for shits and giggles. Yeah, even though they're called, it doesn't matter the order that they're called. But let's see, add name character to screen on keyboard event. On start game, and boom, we're done. Okay, that's it. Just little minor organization kind of thing to make it a little bit easier to work with next time, so that things are more a little bit logically grouped and you can get to them a little bit easier. Because working with a couple hundred lines of source code, man, it's a pain in the ass to be paging all through this shit. I mean, there's things in here I could do like in a line of code that in in other languages, but who knows? You know. Okay, we built. Like save. And we're done. All right, so let's take a look at this keyboard crap. Oops, start game. All right, so we want to support single keys and ranges. Okay, I can see how that could work. All right, so we're going to add that. We're not going to modify this quite yet. We're just going to implement something new. This is one of those things where you don't really get to test a lot. I mean, you just got to go in and write it. So we're going to do this in UI scene state. Let's keyboard event dispatch info. Um, and we want the handler pointer stay consistent, and that's it. Define. And we need two of these. All right, so we got two of these. What do I want to name them? Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So we've got we'll do this. Oops. First care and handler pointer. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this stuff up. All right. Are we back? Are we really back? I'm gonna wait for it to come up on the my live panel here. It says it's still waiting for me. So it still says excellent connection, but boy, it seems like it's just waiting. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, yes we are. Sorry, technical glitch. That's never happened to me before, so I had no idea what to do. All right, so we're back, and let's see. Because I'm a dick. Let's see. Okay, and we're gonna do this one. Range event. Stupid. Here, second or last. Comma handler. We'll just copy from here because again I'm lazy. But we have to do last character. Not a dick on that one. All right, so now we can define this. So let's go in and see what this is going to look like. Start game. String OD, comma. We'll rename this later. Actually, let's kind of connect it a little bit. There we go. Now we can actually use it. So then, of course, these will each individually have to be turned into their own little function kind of thingy. So they'll be split up and given some proper names. Well, I guess I could keep it just with the locals. It's actually something that I do on occasion. All right. So string weight, and that's going to be our backspace. And we've got our on break. Wow, man, I'm doing a lot of characters here. Three. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a few of those. All right. Actually, no, I'm gonna do one last one. That's gonna be space. And then we're gonna do this. A Z on character. And then we'll do the lowercase ones of those. A Z. See how easy that is? All right, so what do we have here? I don't think we have anything else. That's actually it for the keyboard. That's actually pretty simple. So, and of course, in this case, like on break just goes to the on exit function, so that'll actually get rid of that. Backspace and on enter, or well, enter goes to the next one. So I don't know. I guess I could have that just go to like on next. I think I could. I think there's already a function that would actually handle that. So, but anyway, this is it. Let's see, start game. We're going to give this another insanely long name. Dispatch table. Yeah, how's that? Now I think we're going to do this in the let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sucky comment, but oh well. All right, so we got all that. That seems pretty legit to me. So, because keyboard navigation is important. You know, joystick just happens to go out, or the in this particular case, sometimes the um, it might be a little hard to kind of get that mouse cursor over there. I know it's with BCC, you got to be a little careful with it. And then of course in my case where I have a um, a gamepad with thumbsticks on it, I don't have access to or very good access to where the exit button is. I can actually kind of get to it if I really kind of finesse that little thumbstick, but other than that, um, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So okay, so we got this now. We got to write all of our code for this. So and but we've also got to kind of break these things up too at some point to do it. So actually, you know what? Let's do this on break. We're gonna do that right now. And of course, all of these go to the update the button state at the end of it. So that's actually something that I could add um, into the UI scene state, so that after it calls an event, it calls another function to update like the visual state or whatever, and then it goes ahead and it does its thing. So you kind of reduce the having to even know to do that, because you'll have a lot of instances in the in the later or across all of the scenes where you've got to update some of this stuff. But sometimes some of it's standard, like updating the start button or the exit button. I mean, those you can have IDs that are common across all of them, which is what I'll probably end up doing. So okay, that's gonna stay there, and then the update button state. We're gonna turn that into a function. Yeah, well, that'll be its own little function. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna see, because you've got the stack stuff, which I suppose I don't think there's actually a need to even save that at that point. There shouldn't be. Where's that goddamn dispatch? Oh, there we go. Yep, we can actually eliminate that with the on event handler. So let's do that now. X, Y. Oops, we're doing shit off of the. Where are we? Oh, I'm being clever. I don't know why. So, because when this there are I will go back. See, this is one of those cases where I the, the D register likely does not actually need to be saved, but X, Y, and U do. I'm just too lazy to go back and check these kind of things right now because it just gets in the way. Um, but so anytime that I've got something like this, I can just do a search throughout the project, and you'll see that somewhere it says this is necessary here, and then others that aren't are checked, and there's only probably a couple of dozen of those within the no, yeah, there's about 2 dozen of those within the scene state stuff that has to be addressed, but some of them have already been done. So, but it's an easy search and replace, and you don't have to worry about it while you're developing. I mean, because that's just a pain in the ass. All right, so we've got the got our dispatch table, we've got our thing, and in this case, we have to preserve X because as it comes out of this on event, if any transition to another state has happened, there's actually a couple of things that occur. So that's genius, man. All right, so we've got that. And so we're not going to do any changes to the code quite yet because now I've got to test. I'm going to do this a quick run. This should be fine, but I want to make sure there's no, oops, did not want to do that. Ooh, oh, duh, and S. What did I screw? Oh, guess it would be nice to have, oh, damn it. Oh, right. There's a bug on that. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this. We got to do this anyway. That's one of the downsides of using an experimental assembler, or when, especially one that I have to maintain, is that there are some problems with it because it's experimental and there's some things in there that just are not complete. Um, but it does hit in the areas that I need it to. So, and you just don't have time to go out and fix it every time that stuff comes up. But I do have time allocated like every month. I set aside 3 or 4 hours every month to kind of go in there and polish some stuff up. That's going to be next on my list. All right, so we've got all that taken care of, and we did same thing on enter. All right. On enter. And we'll do on backspace. Let's see. At this point, I ought to just use the whole word. Yeah, you get to talking, just forget what you're needing to fix, man. All right, so all that. Oh, that's right. I was wondering why I didn't have to do on break. I'm like, okay. All right, let's load this up and check it out. Oh, my alarm is going off. Why is that going off at 5:30 in the evening? It's a new. Oh, backspace. Wow, going to the. I screwed something up. I guess I can unlike that. Because on break no longer works. There shouldn't be any problem with that. It's handling all the other stuff just fine, but it died on exit. Actually, I should probably check enter. It's a problem with state transitioning. New. Yep, certainly is. I just mentioned that, but what the hell did I do to cause that? It has to be with the. Oh, I remember why, because X is required. That's supposed to be the state machine. So I can't change you. That's why I had to be freaking clever about it. All right. All right, so we're back to that. It just uses you as the. Well, ain't that the dickens? Okay, well, I don't have to preserve you because that is an argument. So actually, and so is D. So nope, I don't have to actually preserve shit here. Ain't that beautiful? That is just wonderful, isn't it? Uh-oh, Vanilla Ice, man. Don't know if I can handle that. Remember that movie Cool as Ice? God, that was fucking awful. God, that's like, I mean, that's some serious ass embarrassment there. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. Yeah, we don't have to do any of that. All right, so there we go. We're good there. All right, so let's see what we're doing here. All righty. So we need to get rid of any of that. We need to go to the on button state. So we don't really need to do that because those. That's right. I remember the state machine actually preserves that for you. All right. So we've got on character and well, let's do this. Oh, on control click event on timer. Pretty sure keyboard event is the. Where's my event dispatch table? Huh? All right. Okay. So we're going to do this. Start game. All right. Keyboard event. We need the address of the lookup table too. So, actually, you know what? I want some Chester's cheese fries, and I think I have some in the cupboard. So I'm going to get that, and I'll be right back. I will be right back. All right. Yep, I'm back on camera. Okay. Yes, see, I've got my cheese fries made from fine 100% US made chemicals. This is the real chemical warfare. All right, so we need the access to lookup table. All right, so we've got, because making it fucking longer is what we're here to do, right? Let's do some OCD stuff here and make this even because Rayman's gonna freak the fuck on out. All right, so we've got this. Yep, we want. So we need to go over here to start game. Okay, where did we put that after? Right after the click event table. So all I have to do is the same thing to the other scene states. Rig everything up. Be a lot easier to deal with, and some of the stuff is actually going to be going into chaos. I think it's going to be part of the state machine libraries that you've got all these different things that work in conjunction with other parts. So let's see what we got here. Now, so we are going to go and get this. Now we got to preserve U and D, so we'll use X here. So we are going to need to save some registers. I know we're not. Yeah, we need to preserve X. And I don't know that we're going to clobber Y, so we'll just be done with this here. We'll get the address to that puppy. We'll just do a loop. And we're going to get, oh, ain't that a bitch? Oh, that's what we can do here. Well, all right, well, we'll worry about preserving that here in a minute. Oh, X plus. That's right. All right. Let's see, what is. Let's see, where's on update? All right, so B has the key, or the key code, and A is just the event, so I don't give a shit about A. Glorious. But I do want to use it, and I don't care if I clobber it. Hmm. I think we'll worry about um, ranges second. We'll do the single first. Okay, so we got oh, probably don't save anything by doing that, but certainly looks a lot prettier, doesn't it? All right. Nope. The reason I'm doing that is that in order to support the ranges, I'm going to have to I'm going to check one of them to see if it's negative. And if it is, then we just check a single character. But that's going to no reason to be clever with this shit. Let's see. That is a insanely long name. Let's see for last character first. Branch if -2. Let's see. Actually, we're just gonna branch here. I don't know what I'm gonna change with this. All right, so oops. Well, I guess 0 would be just fine as well, huh? You're not gonna have a 0 character, so let's support the whole thing because you know what? I've got that. All right, so branch if not equal to range. I'm being obsessive here with where I place things just to piss off certain people. No, not really. I have no illusions that anybody's even watching. If you're out there, hi. Go check that. Maybe I should check to see. Yeah. See, there's nobody there. Well, how long have I been going with this? Oh, a little over 2 hours. Well, that's it. It's not too bad, I guess. Making some headway. Maybe I'll just keep it going. See how long I can go. Be like one of those long, boring ass episodes of Coco Talk. I mean, sometimes those guys just need to shut the fuck up. Honestly, they do. I mean, seriously. Hmm. Man, this tea's going through me like tea. So since there's nobody actually watching live, I'm gonna go grab a couple of other things. I will be right back. Let me see. Go ahead. Ah, goody. Ah, all right. So let's see what we've got. All right, back to this. Go check a range. Okay, so we can skip that. We can. I don't know what the hell this. Oh, this is. Mm, come on, ride it. That's right, baby. Come and ride it. Well, I feel I'm gonna get me a different playlist. Let's see what we got here. That's a classic for you. That's my old school playlist. That's Orange Juice Jones, The Rain. But you can't hear it, and I'm not gonna share it because I didn't get a copyright claim. I don't mind those, but and that was just for like a 30-second clip. I just don't care enough to see all that shit listed with what I'm doing. So it's not that important. All right, so we've got that. All right, so now I got to check to see. Uh, Here B with all right. Um, oops. Do, 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 do. Call it profile or something. Who knows? I like that. I like that word. Become an S. Branch not equal. Yeah, I should just shrink that down. There we go. Branch not equal to loop. And then we just exit out. Okay, so we've got something here. Oops. And the pointer. X. And we are done. Is that really? Well, that is necessary. Okay. Well, all right, so we grab the event dispatch table, get the count, stash that on a top of the stack so that we can decrement our counter. We don't care if we thrash it. And we've got the character B up in the stack, and that's going to be used for doing the range check against that. So I don't have to load in one thing at a time, or just do a load once. It just makes it a little bit easier. So then we're gonna do the check the last character. If it is not 0, then we check the range. If then we check say B is the first character. If it's not, then we go to the next. Otherwise, we call the handler and then bail out. Then you've got the next handler, which just goes to the next block, decrements our counter, branches if it's not equal, then branches to fin, because eventually check range is going to be there, and then that restores our stack, and we're done. Awesome. Okay, now we got to update this. Well, let's do the easiest one, and we'll test escape. Let's see, where is 03 on break? Get rid of that so it doesn't try it twice, because that would be a disaster. Actually, let's go. Let's just jump to UI since we can actually escape. All right. So only hit escape because everything else will crash. And that sucks. Oh, now we're on to Taco putting on the Ritz, man. All right, so check this out. As long as escape works, then I think we're on to something, and then we can kind of start separating out some of the other single key things like the on enter and backspace. Um, get those out and working all on their own. And, all right, so let's give this a whirl and see if we get an ass full of screen. Haven't had that happen yet tonight. I'm actually kind of surprised. All right, so escape doesn't work. What did I do wrong? Okay, let's see if, yeah, that still works. No. Well, let's see if we blow anything else up. No, it's not even, doesn't seem to be dispatching it, so I must be an error in my code. Oh, wait a minute, let's just double check and make sure we've got our, no, I remember putting our keyboard thing up in there. That's the 6. Hmm. Oh, wow. At least it's not crashing, so that's a bad sign. It should be crashing. Oh, no, it won't. Let's see, enter, backspace. Let's just do a JSR here and see what kind of response we get from everything else. Maybe I'll cook up in here. Oh, I know what. I know one problem. But that ain't gonna be causing it. I can just get rid of that. It's not being a dick anymore. Uh, oh, actually, that would actually have caused it because it would have caused everything else to check for a range, which doesn't fucking exist. God, what a dumbass. Oh well. Ah, it crashed. Thank you. Now let's see what did I do for that. Let's. I don't know. No, I got a break. Let's just go to that the next time around. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. I always forget that. Let's see, 2 comma S. And we need to restore X. Oh, fuck! I'm using that for that too. So, but the U register still needs to get passed because that's the other optional argument. That's actually, I'm actually going to be using that later for one of the other scenes. So that still has to go through. That just means the code gets a little more complicated, man. I was hoping it'd be easy. So what I'm gonna do, no, actually it doesn't, because at that point I'm fucking done. So yeah, branch fin. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do this. Call handler. Get rid of that. Get that separated out because I'll do something special with that later. Because I'll use that from check range as well. All right, so that actually should do it. No, it won't. We're in the same fucking problem as before. All right, well, I'm not going to make this complicated at all. Plus one. The joys of self-modifying code. All right. Yeah, and if you're new to assembly or you don't know what it is, that little that greater than sign, that means use forces a 16-bit address or extended addressing rather than direct, just in case the direct page happens to be set to 0. So it's kind of important there. So we've got our restore X, which is going to be important because it needs to know the state machine, particularly for escape, which is one of the reasons why I test escape and start first, because if anything's going to crash it, those will. So we've got bullet handler set it. Yep, we are good. That should take care of that little problem, and then we can move on to the check range, which should be really, really good. Hmm. You know, I just thought of something. What about overlapping ranges? No, because if it catch, well, fuck it. That's order your shit, dummy. And we have success. Awesome. At least for the time being. I'll still have to go through and really, really test out some of the stuff because before I start modifying the other scenes to use it. But the start scene is a pretty good candidate, pretty good guinea pig. So all right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say move these down a little bit and this down a little bit just so I know that I'm working on it. Give some breathing room while I work. So and then we'll stash this up in our commits and we will move on to handling the range and updating the rest of the keyboard functions over to it, and that'll actually help serve as a roadmap for some of the other scenes that we got to do. So things like the exit stuff, that's you know pretty easy to share across those, but other things not necessarily that easy, I guess. All right, so that looks good. We'll commit that. Keyboard dispatch. All right, so Okay, now check range. When we get here, we've got A is going to be the last character in the range, and B is the character to check. And let's see, 1 comma S is also the character to check. See, because the character to check will compare A, or what we will compare what's in A to what's on the stack, and then we'll compare B with what's in the dispatch info data structure, and that way we make use of our registers. And of course, the only real special case we have to handle on that is calling the handler, because I just got to design shit to work so well. Just kidding. All right, so let's see. This is like reverse logic on a couple of things. Okay, last character in the range is an A. Actually, let's compare B to the first character to check. Pretty sure that's the one I got to do. So that's so if it's lower, I got to go to next. I deleted that prematurely. All right, so where were we? All right, next, and then we want to compare A with 1 comma S. And if A is higher, otherwise branch to call handler. Pretty sure that's the right damn logic. All right, so let's see. A is the last character in the range. Oh, that should actually, I think that should be lower too. Yep, that's right. Duh. Fucking reverse ass logic. All right, so now we gotta find a candidate, which is going to be adding characters, which is right here. So we've got 2 of those. Oh no! Oh, did I do a space in here? Yes, I did. Okay. Oops. Oh, I guess we want to go to Fin. All right, so we're gonna take this out of that. We're just gonna move it up here for now. All right, do I have all of that covered? Yep, all right. And I don't need to do, really, I don't think I'm needing to do anything. Nope, I do need to preserve, I should probably preserve X. Ooh, button update state needs to be moved out first. Bummer. No, I guess not really. actually, for testing, on break actually isn't needed anymore. I'm gonna get rid of that. Nope, I do. That's some no, that's a single character. That's not a range, but actually, you know what? I should probably test that. Enter. Oh, I can't. All right, update button state. We're going to turn this into a function here. So let me back out a couple of these little changes here. Keep that. And just start game. All right. There, that's better. All right, we're going to do this first. Yeah, this one we have to preserve at least X. And we will do this. Update button state. This is going to be and I'll probably end up deleting on break or on break again. Oh crap. Okay, there's one I'm gonna actually have to work on. Branch if equal, yeah, that's gonna require a little bit of rework. Okay, that's actually, you know what? I think I'm going to let's back out that change. That's just a terrible. That's a terrible way of doing shit. All right, let's just start. Let's make sure we're starting from scratch here. Let's see. Yep, that needs a pointer on it. We'll just add a function here and a default that does nothing. That way we can make that other code a little bit cleaner and always have this happen after an event. Actually, that's probably a bad idea too. Because if I try doing it after a state change, you're screwed. Oh, put it in there, and I could put it in the dispatch table, but then oh, that's gotta be preserved, so that makes it a little more complicated than I just want to get into for something like this. Da, 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 da. But it's all right, back to square one. Fuck me. All right, so we've got character, and then we're gonna have to do. Oh, I'll solve that problem later. That's not something I want to dive into right now. So we'll be back right back to where we were. So see, that's the nice thing. If I change my mind, right back to there. All right. So let's see this. What were we looking at? Okay, so that's on button state is the problem. Goes to that fin. On backspace, it does that. Goes to fin. Okay. On enter. That doesn't need to update shit. All right, so all we have is that one little pissant right here. So that's oops. Why am I not? There we go. Why is this highlighted? Hmm. Never seen that before. Just so it won't stop highlighting. What the hell? Oh well. It looks like there's another one up here. Yeah. Huh. Guess it's recognized it as something. Change all occurrences. Huh. Let's see what this does. Selection. Wait. Yeah, I thought I could maybe go to the definition or something. Oh, well, enough of that. All right, so this is what I got to do here. All right. We'll fix that later when we extract it and do it right there. So, boom. Okay, got that. That's good. Now, actually, all of these should be working well, no, they won't do anything with it, but okay. Button state, I want to check that out and make sure that that is working. So for that, actually, I should cancel that. We'll turn that off. See what we've got to do. Build. That compression stage is kind of a pain in the ass, but I don't know. I'll find an alternative here. I was thinking about maybe loading it from a ROM image. Just have it like decompress a virtual disk into whatever. I mean, I can make a BC6. Actually, that sounds like a good idea. Build on a ROM that I can just kind of reset. Certainly be a lot quicker. I could do some wonderful things with something like that. Ooh, boy, shit. That one crashed. Um, oh, well, probably because I haven't actually finished updating this. So yeah, that actually crashed VCC. Of course, in VCC's defense, I am using a debug version. So there's apparently possibly a bug in there that I really need to dig into and send over to the see if there's something that needs to be patched. But I was thinking about that the other day because it had crashed. Okay, so we got DSR. That's all right. Uh, Nothing about. Well, we're just gonna preserve everything right now. Yeah, that should work a lot better now. It's hard writing assembly language when you're also talking. That's that was great thing about back in the day, especially when you're a teenager, because you'd be up watching Letterman and the late whatever the hell came on after that, late at night, getting some extra coding, and there's nobody around to bother you because they were in bed. All right, let's see, that's done. See, now my playlist for some reason has Megan Trainier on it. About how she's bringing booty back. Booty never went away, lady. All right, we are still updating. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, it can't break, but we can enter. Okay, cool, perfect. Now we can start doing some shit. All right, let's see where. Okay, we've got update button state. And now we can start extracting some of this stuff. So let's go ahead and check those in and make another commit so that, see, that's all right, yeah. Yeah, because that way we can get back to testing the range. So let's get that character one out of there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn our shit back on. All right, and we're going to try a range on character. Oh, and my keyboard's acting funny now. This has actually been happening the last couple of days. My keyboard stops working for a second or two. This time it seems to be dead. But I changed the batteries in it. Unless the batteries are bad. Let's reset it. Damn it. I hate it when that should happen. There we go. Get that out there. I'm going to pull this one out too. And we're going to do the same thing here. Just so we can get this shit out. All right, so. Oops. Now it's Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time. Man, wish y'all could hear this. Fuck. This stuff gets irritating. But not today. I do hate those long builds. I gotta do something about that. I gotta update my tool so that utilizes a couple more processors doing it. All right. And we have success. Except for oh, that's right, backspace ain't rigged up yet, so that's gonna crash. Okay, perfect. It crashes when it's supposed to. Yeah, yes, right. So, all right. So we've got the backspace to do and enter to do. So we've only got two more to do, and then and things like on enter could probably be. Um, in fact, I think I will move that over to the UI state today because that's like just on next is all it really does. Um, and if I need something, I could probably handle it in the. Let's see. Okay, so that it gets the. Hmm. Yeah, I could probably. Well, no, I don't want to really handle that in the on exit because that would do it every time you exit. Even when you exit, there's no reason to do that. But let's see. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it right now. Back to where we were. All right, so we've got on character. Let's commit that just for the fuck of it. There, we are good to go. Let's see. So what are the next one? We're gonna do backspace. Yeah, since that shit crashed. All right, backspace done. Okay, that looks good. We're just gonna do this for now. I don't think we need that. But we are in our own space now, so we go ahead and do this. Okay. I guess I could do enter at the same time. And yeah, I don't know why I'm commenting these out. Oh, I'm gonna delete them, that's why. And comment that out. Comment Comment that out because that's not needed anymore. And we'll extract that. On enter. Do the same thing here. Oops, and I did on break, but that's deleted. Yeah, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, then this should just be like removed altogether and it goes to on start game. Okay, that does everything it's supposed to. Cool. For right now, we'll just do this. And that should cover the whole thing. We get rid of all of that. On keyboard event becomes UI scene state event. And then for everything else, we just create a little table like this, rather than having to write this code for it. Just a little exercise and fun. All right, so we're done building. Let's do this. All right. Backspace, backspace. Still got exit. Um, space, yeah, we got space. And we go forward. Cool. Cool beans. That's really cool, man. So now if I can actually find a way to fit another font um, in the in memory, because this big font right here takes up 8K. But if I can do another one where it like highlights something, I'm going to have it one when you move the mouse cursor over, it kind of highlights it, and when you put like the F key or the Alt key or whatever, yeah, the Alt key sounds pretty good. You hit the Alt key and it, whichever key is associated with it will that letter will highlight. So just a um, little extra bells and whistles kind of thing, a little more polish. Um, inspired more, I guess, from the kind of games of the late '80s where they started expanding more of the user interaction and user interfaces became a little more I don't know, well designed. They weren't so clunky. Um, I mean, Image Master is a really good example of early UI experimentation because there's some things that I'm just like, what? Why did I name it that? All right, so we are done with that. So I'm going to go ahead and commit it, and I think we are good with that. But what else do I want to do? So first, I'll just get rid of this. And boom. So I guess I can make this part of the default event dispatch. Makes sense because all the other data that they need really goes in there. So, and I haven't done timer and palette events yet, so that's those will be probably handled in much the same way. So in fact, I may take the code for like the control, some of it is some common code. There's actually some stuff that can be consolidated in there. So let's do this, and we'll move this up to here. In fact, I'll do a little bit of cleanup right now. All right, so we've got some of those tables up there. Um, all right, so that's all good. Okay. Oops, I want to do the other way around there. No reason to have code if you don't need it. And I'm gonna move this up here, and I'm gonna move the update or the add text input cursor down here. What's using who's using who? Oh, that's the scene init stuff, duh. I don't want to move that there. That's the wrong one. A little overzealous there. You know what, I'm gonna move this back up to here. I know I moved it around earlier, but now that we're a little more closer done, we got draw extra scene, update button state. Actually, you know, I am going to move that up here though. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, on care on backspace, add name to scene, on start game. Yeah, I think I'm going to move that up closer to the top. I mean, I guess I could go in and do a full like control set, you know, like turn um, the input button into something, and I might eventually do that, but I don't think I'm going to have, you know, another one in the game because this will serve as your high score name. So, but who knows? We'll see. All right, so that looks pretty good. I think we're done with some of this stuff. That's pretty cool. I'll have to go through and thoroughly test some of it though. But yeah, a lot of data that goes along with it, so I'm gonna have to document some of that. I do want to do I want to get rid of the start button pointer because this kind of hems some stuff up a little bit, I think, in other areas for updating the the states because I mean that could be table driven too, but I doubt I'm going to do it. But anyway, I think from that is I think that's going to be it for the day too. I think I'm going to um, maybe go grab a bite to eat and maybe go relax a little bit. So yeah, some progress. Got a UI scene state now, so I'll test that and run that through. See what I need to do to some of the other scenes, which shouldn't be much because those are really just kind of shells right now. They're waiting on stuff like this. So, um, but yeah, it should be the scene stuff should go pretty quickly now, particularly with navigation. I mean, there's and the particularly like the armory. That's going to be the real big test for some of this because that's going to have the most controls. It's going to have the most key bindings and stuff like that. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Have a great night and a great rest of your week. Good night.